Okay, guys, we have one more bit of movie news to cover before we move on to your previously emailed questions. And this particular article is coming to us from Yahoo. It's Yahoo Sports, which I don't know why it's in Yahoo Sports, but it's really Yahoo Financial is what it is. But the article coming out from Yahoo is that the data from Disney Plus is being estimated that Mulan having to pay a premium subscription charge for Mulan actually turned a pretty good profit. So let's go down into this article. I'm going to read just a little bit here. Please bear with me, but the article starts off with Disney took a calculated risk releasing its live-action Mulan remake on streaming service Disney Plus, which new data suggests is paying off. According to exclusive figures provided by analytics research firm 7Park Data, nearly 29% of U.S. households that subscribe to Disney Plus purchased the $30 Mulan film through September 12th, far surpassing other popular and free titles on the platform. Now, here's the interesting part. During the company's last earnings report, Disney said that the streaming platform has amassed over 60 million global subscribers, blah, 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 blah. Let's jump down a little bit. 7Park's data suggests that roughly 9 million users purchased the Mulan film for $30 a pop, with an estimated 30 million users. And here's the kicker, you guys. Here's the kicker. With all the people that subscribe to Disney Plus, with all the people that purchase, as far as estimates are concerned that 7Park is bringing to us, $261 million. $261 million. That is currently what is estimated that Disney has made off of Mulan, off of, Disney Plus streaming. Nobody thought it would do anywhere near these kinds of numbers. Now, let's take $260 million as like an opening weekend. Heck, let's take it over the next 2 weeks, because usually once a film has been in theaters for its second opening weekend, usually its second opening weekend drops by like 50%. So if a film makes, let's say $100 million, I don't know, whatever. Let's just say $100 million in its opening weekend, it's probably only going to make about $50 million in its second opening weekend. That's general idea. That's not, it's exactly scientific, but that's the trend. That's the general idea. Sometimes it's 60% drop off. Sometimes it's a 70% drop off. And that's usually fine. Films make the bulk majority of their money in its opening weekend. So to say, let's just say that this is their opening weekend. And also keep in mind, this is just for the United States. They haven't even calculated the worldwide total of this. So just in the United States, they're estimating $260 million, and it's probably much more than that. Which means, Disney spent $200 million to make this film. $200 million. You have to spend another $200 million to advertise your film. And normally, if the film was being released in theaters, you have to pay another 1.5 on average, approximately, to the movie theaters, to the exhibitionists who are playing your film, just for playing your film. Disney doesn't have to pay that 1.5 percent because it's released on Disney Plus. All that profit goes right back to Disney. Maybe a little bit of it is going to Apple TV. Maybe a little bit of it is going to Roku. Maybe a little bit is going to Amazon Fire Stick. But the bulk majority of that is staying in-house at Disney. $260 million just in the United States. We haven't taken into consideration how much it is made in the theater worldwide, nor have we taken into consideration how much it is made on Disney Plus worldwide at its $30 premium, or whatever the conversion rates are. Larken, my question to you is, nobody thought this was going to work. Everybody thought that Disney releasing Mulan on Disney Plus at a $30 premium charge was ludicrous. Now, previously, I reviewed the film. I don't personally think that it was worth the $30 price tag. It was a fine little movie. It was a fine. First of all, did you have a chance to see it?
I haven't seen it yet. No, I was not one of the whatever percent that was willing to pay the surcharge.
I was in the 25%. You were in the 75%. Yeah, it's okay. It was fine. It was okay. I put it. I think at like a 52 out of 100, something like that. I didn't. It was a terrible, but it was meh.
Just like the animated
I'm
version.
sorry.
Did you like the
I did.
animated
Yeah, I thought
version?
the animated version was really fun. It's just a different tone, a different flavor. So all of this
Absolutely.
being said, Mulan making $261 million estimated. Estimated. That isn't confirmed. Estimated $200 million. Um, do you think we're gonna start seeing a trend or a spike? Do you think that Disney might actually want to start releasing Black Widow on Disney Plus with a premium? Do you think that's something we could look forward to, or do you think with a potential $1 billion film they're still going to try and release it in theaters? What do you think?
Yeah, so I think Disney Plus has certainly got to be feeling really, really good about just the viability of their streaming platform, and just the long term prospects for that being a moneymaker for all the reasons you mentioned. I have to say, and I have nothing to back this up other than my heart. I do feel like time and time again, the movie industry underestimates the market power of women and girls, and particularly women and girls of color.
It's true.
And there
It's
is
true.
so much appetite. Yeah, so there's so much appetite for a movie like Mulan, even though it's flawed and it's got all sorts of I'm sure problematic pieces, but it is quite literally the only game in town for folks who really are craving seeing themselves on screen. And I think Disney and anybody else would be really smart to pay more attention to that, because I don't know when there's going to be a live action Princess and the Frog or whatever, but they need to do more. They
Sure.
need to do more generating this content. I just think there's such an appetite for it. Um,
Well, no,
yeah,
as you point out, there's a huge a gap in the market for something like that. Princess and the Frog is a great example because I remember when that film came out, everyone was jumping on the bandwagon of saying like why didn't we get anything like this before? Why has it taken so long to have a Disney princess portrayed African American? Like that was just hasn't happened yet. I mean, yeah, we had Jasmine. Yeah, we had, Mulan. There's two minorities. But it was just we get enough of it, and when you don't have enough of your base demographic covered,
yeah,
Captain Marvel, $1 billion film. Was it a good movie? I argue it was okay. It has a lot of problems with it. I didn't feel that it was deserving of the $1 billion price tag given the story of the film. That being said, to your point, we don't have movies like that. Straight white guy superhero movies, dime a dozen. Where are women at?
yeah.
Where are minorities at? Where's the LGBT community represented? You know?
Yeah, and where Disney I think really just has so much that they can really take the ball and run, with the PG and PG-13 category, right? I mean they can really dominate the space, and if they get their act together, start putting out some good stuff. And I think what we're seeing is people will literally pay for that. Like they will pay a premium for that content.
So
Uh,
So do you
it's
think
really,
this is going to be a new trend?
yeah,
Do you think okay, maybe Black Widow, maybe not because it's too high profile, but
yeah.
do you think we're going to start seeing like Soul? Soul is one of the films that I'm really desperately looking forward to seeing. I don't care if it's in theaters, I don't care if it's on Disney Plus. I really am looking forward to seeing this film. Do you think it's possible they're going to put maybe a $20, $15 price tag on it?
Well, so I wonder. I'm wondering if when they look at demographics, if particularly for family films, the streaming service and going straight through that Disney Plus, avenue makes sense, because we've seen for the last decade declining numbers of families with multiple children going to, the Cineplex and that kind of thing, and rising prices. So I'm sure that there's got to be some calculus there where they realize if this is a movie for if this is a movie for uh, um, uh, that's marketed for families, then it
Has
probably is a good
good
bet to
potential.
go. Yeah, yeah. So, but then I think you're right that you're going to keep your Black Widow and your more kind of that, what's the adult demographic, like
Right,
18 to
yeah.
49 or whatever. I think there's still going to be money to be made in theaters, and probably the theaters that, sell alcohol and have the whole
That's
experiential
true.
kind of thing
That's
going.
true.
Um, I, I think we're going to see more market differentiation like that. And I would imagine, I mean, if I've thought of this, surely some executive at Disney has
Yeah,
thought of this,
yeah,
right? Like they're going
exactly, yeah.
to.
And I know, a lot of people have asked me in the past, when I first started the show up, a month ago, a month and a half ago, however long we've been doing the show now, that this has been a popular question. Do you think that premium services like Mulan are going to be the new kind of driving force in cinema? Do you think that movie theaters are kind of a dying dinosaur breed? Had you asked me yesterday, I still would have said no, unequivocally. In fact, yesterday on the show, I did say no. There's no chance in, a snowball's chance in Hades that, I totally lost my train of thought. There is no chance that movie theaters are going to die, that they're going to go away. You just cannot make enough money. In fact, there was an article that came out, I think it was yesterday. The CEO of IMAX, I can't think of his name. The CEO of IMAX was interviewed recently. Somebody asked him the same question, and he said, you cannot make enough money with VOD. Even with premium VOD, you just can't make the same amount of money. And while that statement is still true, this data that was it seven, I can't think of the name of it, seven doesn't matter, the data collecting agency, they have now come out and given their best estimates and insider knowledge. This actually could be a viable thing. Again, maybe not for your Black Widows, maybe not for your James Bonds, maybe you're not, for your Dunes, but maybe some of the smaller ones like Mulan or Soul, or even Bill and Ted Face the Music is kind of a perfect example. So this could be a thing. What I want to know is, what do you guys think? Do you have a different opinion? Do you agree with us? Do you actually think that cinemas are going to die in like the next 10 to 20 years? Is premium VOD going to take over? Is streaming going to be the new king? Jump on down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Okay, guys. Hey, everyone. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. If you really like this video, click subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, click share. Because that is exactly what this dinosaur would want you to do. Roar, roar, roar!